What was the guy's name that lived in the same building in our duplex that went scuba diving?
John Mims.
Mims. And hunting. So.
And in that white boxes and slides in there we took over to his house when we were leaving. I noticed those in there. That him and their little boy, Johnny.
Stay over there or something?
Huh?
Did we stay over there the night before we left or something? Or?
No, we just went over there.
Just hung out over there.
Probably ate.
Yeah, we may have eaten over there at night.
In fact, we may have stayed over there that night. Remember, yeah, we had to have the house cleaned.
That Ford station wagon
have it spick and
I had.
span.
This would be Troggy Beach.
Mhm. Boy, it looks foggy.
Looks like California, doesn't it? But that Ford station wagon I had, he bought it from me.
Oh yeah.
He took a Chevrolet over, and we took that Chevrolet and washed it down with Ajax, because it was white, and right away it had little rust pits all over on that thing. And we washed it down with Ajax, and got it done. Then we polished it with a silicone. And just rubbed silicone all over, made it shine a little bit, and took it downtown. I went down with him to the car dealer, and they wanted cars, big cars, and took it down to the car dealer, and they gave him a good price for it, and he sold it to him. Pulled it back on. They washed it a couple of times, washed that silicone off, and that whole rest of it sliding back through. But anyway, and he bought my station wagon. But what it came up with is, I'll buy you a station wagon. I'll give you so much money for it. You give me a set of keys and you keep a set. And you can use it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if the car's sitting in the shed, you want it, take it. If the car's in the shed and I need it, I'm taking it. You know, nobody asks nobody, you just take the car. Because we didn't use it that much. Well, you go to commissary maybe. That's about it.
Football games.
Yeah. Yep. But that was close to the end too. We were getting ready to leave, and anyway, he didn't use it hardly any.
Bruce's one.
But anyway, it ended up being left with him when we came back. And I went on and ordered a Pontiac to pick up in Reno. So I picked up the Pontiac in Reno when I came back. I bought it at a Pontiac dealer in Guam.
Oh, really?
And with delivery
to Reno, Nevada.
Yeah. So it delivered there.
And it was the closest delivery point?
Well, yes.
Because who had to drive you over there?
For taxes.
Betty took you over there?
No, Harris took me over there.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we went to his house. You went home with Betty. Harris took me to Reno.
To pick up the car?
Right, and picked up the car.
Harris.
Yeah, he was back at California then, Stratford.
Oh, so that was before he was...
Right, mm-hmm. See, he came back before we did. And he went to Travis and in California. And he was flying on those big old
I think like, is that Little League patches on their shoulders?
They may have. That's baseball, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when Jimmy Stewart was at. But anyway, he took me over to then he was on a C-141s, or C-5s, whichever, big cargo planes, and flying to Vietnam, hauling supplies over, coming back right to California. And when I was in Philippines, he stopped in there one day.
Was he a pilot?
He was a navigator.
Oh, man.
And they stopped in for some reason, refueling, and they were on the ground for a short while. And he came over to the office, and he asked me if I wanted to bring anything back. He said, you got anything going back? You know, he said, I'll get it back and I can mail it once I get back to California. I can mail it on out to Phyllis. And get away from the APO, customs and declarations and all that stuff. So I told him nope. So anyway, that was the last time I saw him. And he said, I'll be coming back through here. And I said, I'll stop in and pick it up. But then in the meantime, he got reassigned to Vietnam on those C-47 gunships.
That must have been Alan's or Bruce's first.
So he just had a bad run. He was a nice guy.
So was she.
Yep.
That was that table that was on that lanai.
Oh, yeah, Wicker, too. Bruce, 1 year.
Wicker. Yeah, there was 2 chairs.
Hey, look, he's got shoes.
It's his birthday. He's got his shoes on.
Only problem with
All
Guam
have their shoes on.
was it was too confining.
You mean the base was too confined?
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't go nowhere.
We did ride around the.
I know, that's exciting. 30 miles long.
We rode around the whole island.
Yeah, I rode a bike around there too.
Well, the people with more money. The people with more money, they flew to Japan or wherever.
Yeah, good places, huh?
Yeah, they would.
Because still, that's not the same.
No.
But they had R&R flights to Japan and to Hong Kong.
Was it?
Yeah, the 2 places, and that's where I got my guns from. The doctor in office picked up the guns for me.
Well, I see some.
And
Maybe he had something on his arm.
but they used to fly there, and but we never went anywhere. I went to California.
Is that a dog? That's a dog. That looks like a dog there.
But it had that big cat that
We
was
didn't have a dog.
left there.
It wasn't a cat. It looked like a dog. That was probably illegal, wasn't it?
But
For him to be riding that motorcycle, even.
he's not on the road. It's probably illegal to ride in the grass. But that was, when we moved in there, all that field behind us was all full of tall grass, and I cut that down.
Is that you on the back, or is that Mike? Alan's taking the kid.
The kid, yeah.
You wouldn't dare put up with that now,
Probably
would you?
very illegal.
It's Mike.
Yeah.
You wouldn't dare let that happen now, would you? She'd be screaming her head off.
See, Alan's
screaming
in
my head
5th
off
grade,
then.
you're saying?
That's probably screaming my head off then.
She probably wasn't home.
She didn't see it. She was in the house.
5th grade. That would be like.
I didn't trust Alan. Oh, that's you there, Ron. On the back of the motorcycle.
How old's Caitlin? What grade's Caitlin in? Caitlin Fisher.
She ain't that.
Third.
Yeah, she's not that old.
She
2 years
just
younger
turned.
than
She just turned
what I
9.
But we came back in '66. So this was probably
About 65
Well, Alan,
or something.
Bruce just turned 1.
this may have been
So-
65.
Before he graduated.
This was probably 65. Could have been the
He
winter of
graduated
65, huh?
73 or 2.
Alan was born in 54.
54, so he was
6,
11.
11, 12, in that range. 11, 11 and a half, pushing 12.
His birthday's in April.
Because I had that bike, and then I bought a 125. I don't know what I did with that 90. I must have sold it. Don't remember
There
something.
you are riding a big
Yeah,
bike,
that bike
Ross.
goes a lot better, doesn't it?
Gee whiz. Who's that little girl? Must be
her bike.
Maybe it's her bike.
You swiped that little kid's bike.
She was running after him. I think that's
He was
Alan's
sitting-
bike, isn't it?
Yeah, it was sitting in the backyard the whole time on that patio.
He loves to ride.
Yeah, get Dad, let's go.
Got the helmet. I think the sun's bothering his eyes. This is Terry. I'm back on
Oh,
that
Mike's
little
screwing
bit.
up with the
That's
training
nice.
wheels. Mike's cheating. He's got training wheels.
Remember, he sucked his thumb all the time when we were over there, and we told him we were going back to the States, and he couldn't suck his thumb anymore, and it worked. He had a big old knot on his thumb, and we tried everything. We put stuff on that thumb, and he would go wash it off.
There's a girl.
What's her name?
There's
Bonnie?
one behind Terry there,
Is it Bonnie?
and there's another girl.
Down, stop hitting, Terry. You two quit fighting.
That girl over on that side. Who
I
is
don't know
that?
who that is.
Oh. People next door didn't have a little girl, did they?
Mm-mm.
Wait a minute. Didn't Ayers have a little girl? Yes.
They did.
I wonder if that's Ayers.
I don't know.
Forgot her name now.
I didn't see
She
her.
was little though, wasn't she?
Where would we be going swimming? To the beach?
And they had swimming pool too.
Oh, we went to pool more than we went to beach.
Where?
You didn't do much swimming at the beach.
YMCA.
We
No,
went,
it's a base
we
swimming
went
pool.
to the pool quite often. In fact, did Terry take lessons there, or did you take?
I took swimming lessons there.
It was indoors.
That Filipino gave swimming lessons
Yeah.
there.
Mhm. And I think most of probably Ron or
I think
Alan and Terry both probably took swimming
could
lessons.
have been.
And they had an adult swimming lesson. I took those.
Mhm. They said
Put that poor guy to shame.
he was a Filipino, and Bill can't float.
He says anybody can float. So no, you can't either.
That's not true. Everybody cannot float,
That's right. It's not true. I know it's not true.
and you're one of them that can't.
And he said, just relax. He said, you're scared of the water now. No, I'm not either. He said, just lay in the water and relax. Just dead weight, just lay in there. I said, I'll sink. He said, no, you won't. You'll float. I said, no, I won't. I'll sink. And he threw something in that rock or something. I told him I could go down on the bottom and pick it up.
This must be when we went around the island. When we rode around the island. That was surely before we left, wasn't it, Bill?
I don't know. But I told him, I said, throw it in there and I'll just sink right down the bottom and pick it up. I laid in the water and gradually went right on down to the bottom. Came back up, here you go. So, you won't float.